Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
This is the universe's only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. We are attempting to watch every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball. And we are going through it one episode at a time. We're getting on these here microphones to talk about it. And you get a listen in onto some of our conversation. Maybe we'll spill secrets this episode.
Ooh, I've been watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race, so honey, I'm ready to give some tea.
See if you can figure out our social security numbers from this. But before we do that, before we get identity thefted, we got to do a little something called Kame housekeeping. That's getting you, the audience, ready for the Dragon Ball journey ahead. And the first part of Kame housekeeping is the world famous UN sanctioned 1 minute roundup conveyor belt sound.
Whew. It's tough work putting these rivets in, but it's important work, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It may look easy to you, but I've been doing this for 35 years, okay? So I know a thing or two.
Hey, I appreciate you training me on the line. I know it's my first day here at Chrysler.
That's right. Welcome to Chrysler.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I also do customer service while I do this.
Oh yeah, explaining the headset.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, could I get your VIN number and I can check your account?
Oh, you don't say VIN?
I'm sorry, I have to hit the emergency stop. We got a dumb question on the line down here.
What?
Dumb question on the line.
You stopped the line because I just asked you a personal question?
Yeah, I had to stop the line. We're at work. Don't ask me a personal question. Now we got to roll back the whole thing. You know, where it's like usually there's a workplace accident. Mm-hmm. Now it's dumb question or personal question. 0 days.
It was at 1,363.
And now we're going to fall behind Ford, thanks to you.
More like found on road. Desolate. I think that's what that stands for. If I remember the old men in my life growing up. and seed.
Oh, hold on. Is that real? Is that what Ford stands for? Found on road desolate?
There is a joke. So if in the South, I assume this is everywhere where there are car rivalries.
Yep.
I believe people where I knew a guy in high school who got the Ford symbol tattooed on his arm.
Oh, you're in that kind of company.
And It was, look, I'm no tattoo expert, but I knew it was bad. Not like what he picked, but like whoever did it was just like, a lot of speckles, a lot of blank space for a, supposedly pure blue symbol on that tattoo.
This is, I feel bad laughing at this person, but that's bad. The whole thing is it's blue.
It's just a solid color, my man. That's day one tattooing, I feel like. Tattoo artists, tell us if I'm wrong or right.
Yeah, we've never picked up a pen, but I think we could color inside the lines a bit.
But I think it was, I think the joke, if you were, say, a Chevy man or a Chevy lady, you would say, Ford, found on road. I forget what the D stood for. I don't think it's desolate.
Found on road dead end?
Something basically not, I want to say like abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't it. If you know how to finish this bit.
Yeah, if you want to take Ford down a peg, send in some KHB research to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com.
But that is the beginning of the 1 minute roundup where we do an improv scene to loosen or tighten our improv muscles to get us ready for the show ahead. And it leads into the 1 minute roundup proper, which is where one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball thus far. All of the original Dragon Ball, where we're at in Dragon Ball Z, over 300 episodes have to be recapped. Look, I don't mean to be emotionally manipulative about this, but we do it for you, the audience. So maybe it's your first time here. You don't have to go back and listen to all of our episodes or watch all of Dragon Ball, although plenty of folks do, and we salute you for it. We love all of you equally, but maybe if you did that, you'd become our favorite. But before we can move on, I have to ask you, are you ready to round up?
Aaron, after I cleared my throat, I am ready. And here I go. All right, so you collect 7 magic crystal balls on Earth. You get to wish for anything that you want. The story of Dragon Ball follows Goku as a little boy. He makes a lot of friends, goes on lots of adventures, saves the world a few times, fights in 3 Tenkaichi tournaments, wins 1, loses 2. 5 years later, after winning that 3rd Tenkaichi tournament and defeating the son of King Piccolo, Saiyans show up. Goku's got a kid. It's his brother. And the brother's like, you got to work for me and my friends. Goku's like, nah. Then Goku dies fighting, and a bunch of his friends die. Then 2 more Saiyans come. And his friends die again. Then they got to go to Namek, where the Dragon Balls are from. Then Goku fights the baddest dude in the universe, Frieza, and his minions, Captain Ginyu. Then he comes back to Earth, and this dude from the future is like, hey, you're going to have a heart condition. And this dude Cell is coming, and androids. And now everybody's been training. Vegeta's now Super Vegeta, and are facing off against me and Perfect Cell. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Oh, pardon. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That made me burp. It was so good. Two wonderful things about that roundup that we all enjoyed. One, love that you mentioned minions. because both in the Illumination canon of films and Dragon Ball, the minions are funny.
The minions are the best part.
2, now I'm thinking like, is there a way to do a very serious drama that's just the plot of like that first Saiyan arc? Where there's emotional fighting.
Yeah.
But it's just a brother. You don't know you have a brother. He comes into town, wants you to work for him. You're like, actually, this is evil work. He's like, I guess I'm going to kidnap your son to make you work for me.
I think that seems very Shakespearean. I would be remit. Like, I feel dumb if I don't know that off top, that this isn't a Shakespeare play, just the Saiyan arc written at large. Because, I mean, yeah, that's total Shakespeare shit. He would be like, Othello's got 2 brothers.
In a year, they'll be here. They have to save up money for a plane ticket, I guess.
I mean, it's Shakespearean theater. People are going to be locked in. They had nothing else to do. They'd be in the theater for like 2 days waiting for this to happen in real time.
They just see Othello doing push-ups with like a wisecracking guy.
Yes, keep it Othello because it's Black History Month. Hell yeah.
And then, so we're gonna work on that. We're going to work on that screenplay. But now we're going to move on to the second part of Kame Housekeeping, which is where we let you know that Vince and I watched 2 different versions of Dragon Ball. I watched the Japanese language, English subtitled version. Vince watches the English dubbed version, not American. English is for everyone. And we do this because it is fun to compare and contrast the differences in the translations. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, but so far all of them have started with the title of the episodes. So Vince, if you could please give us your title.
Here it is. The title of this week's episode 155 of Dragon Ball Z. Super Vegeta.
Ooh. So you're saying it's not a bird?
No, not a bird.
Is it a plane?
No.
Okay. Well, the only other option is Super Vegeta.
That's right. Able to leap egos in a single bound.
Who's the... I want to meet the guy that like sees a dude in a red cape and is like, is that a fucking bird? I mean, it's my first day in Metropolis. What's happening?
just oh, nobody's ever asked me that question. I can't stand it. It's a perfect question. Yeah, who is that guy that said, is that a bird? I hope like a hot dog vendor just threw a hot dog at
It's
like behind him in the park.
Get out of here, tourists. Go back to Nebraska.
Exactly. If this was fucking New York, and somebody super like, because New Yorkers be like, it's Superman, it's fucking Spider-Man, whatever.
I'm late.
Oh, great! Superman stopped this train that was going to get me to work on time. I didn't care if the brakes were out, Superman.
I was just gonna jump and roll.
But yeah, even so, if you were in New York and Spider-Man was real, and somebody was like, "Hey, is that like an ape on the loose swinging?" You get jumped.
Your shoes stolen for good measure.
You get jumped and your loafers are gone. You wake up in Midtown just holding the sign that says, "I'm an idiot."
It's like you got killed in GTA. You just end up outside a building.
Wasted.
Start again, idiot. But enough about some do-gooder. Because we have to get to my title, which does have the word Vegeta. Let's see what other mysteries it contains. So here's my title for episode 155 of Dragon Ball Z. Roughly translated is Suddenly Full Throttle, the superpower of a radiant Vegeta.
Oh, the superpower of a radiant Vegeta at full throttle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got me Dominic Toretto'd up.
I don't have friends, and I also don't have family. Fuck all of you.
Now hold on, Vegeta.
No, I can do all this by myself. You need a car to jump in the air.
Oh, yeah? This is the Toretto engine inside me.
Did you just purr like a kitty cat?
No, it's a Hemi.
Where do you put your nitrous in that body of yours?
Family never tells.
Why are you walking funny? Oh, a leak. Talk about a gas leak.
No, I just have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, he's flying on his own accord. Good for him.
It's a Supra.
Vegeta and Dom just like look at each other as they split paths in the road.
Been a long day without you, my friend.
Long-time listeners know I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
When I see you again.
Well, who knows when we'll get to that.
Oh my gosh, it's part of the Dragon Ball Z canon.
And
what a wonderful title that you have. It's a good one.
It's good. I apologize for not saying that Super was also in there. I forgot it amongst the other words. But let's get down to this kind of short episode, action-wise, because we're back. Imperfect Cell is blowing up islands still. Um, 18 is the whole episode. 18 is just freaking out because Cell's getting closer. She actually wonders if Cell is genuinely holding back because these blasts are getting close. The shock waves are starting to get him. 16's like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And then a bunch of squirrels play on 16.
So I want to jump in here with my version of that scene. 18 is like, 16, you said he wasn't going to blow up all these islands. And 16 goes very plainly, I was wrong.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah, that whole energy. And then 18 is like, maybe these friends of yours could help us. Gesturing to the squirrels on his shoulder. I don't know what 16 has become anymore. is what's like kind of like I'm trying to piece together like what happens next for 16 because none of this stuff I remember. I know he's always been in touch with nature and he loves birds and stuff, but I didn't remember that he just became like, I don't know, Snow White, just able to commune with them so easily. And then, of course, 18 just like zinging him was perfect.
That's pretty good. No one mentions the squirrels at any point in my episode.
Unbelievable. Not a one line.
18's too worried about getting blown up. 16 understands that he is one with nature. He neither commands nor is at its command.
The Zen like state we all want to reach with nature.
They're just having their lunch.
Hey, squirrels got to get a nut too. You know what I'm saying?
He 16 just dabs the squirrel after he says that.
The only thing that would have made that better is if like one of the squirrels was on his shoulder and then the other like just popped out of the hole in his head.
Oh, that would have been so good. I don't need those wires. You can use them for your nest.
Silence 18. The squirrels are roosting. She's like, squirrels don't. Shh.
The birth is happening. 18, get hot water.
Mama squirrel has to make it for her babies.
Daddy squirrel left.
I was wrong about him too.
The other squirrel is is not the step squirrel, but the squirrel that stepped up.
Speaking about stepping it up, Vegeta can't contain his enthusiasm for this fight that's coming up. So he already is powered up to Super Saiyan on his way there. We get a quick cut to the lookout. Bulma is like, do you really think Vegeta's going to be able to stop Cell? Like, Tien is just fucking pissed.
Okay, go on.
Tien's just like, I can't wait anymore. Like, I don't know. And then Piccolo has like a wonderful line that concludes by him saying this. Like, I don't know how strong Vegeta's become. The only thing I know that is if Cell wins, we lose.
Ooh.
And then that Linkin Park song from the Michael Bay Transformers movies hits. In I go.
Calling all Z fighters. Cell. Wherever you are in the galaxy. You can't do anything. We're boned.
I did myself. Sorry, Linkin Park, for butchering your classics.
Oh, they love it. One of them is a fan.
Of course, we've got one fan in every major band.
I think so.
I think that's safe to say.
if we polled every band,
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you like Dragon Ball?
there you go.
There you go. Easy.
There's just some slight dialogue tweaks in mine. I think Tien isn't somewhat. He's not as angry, but he says, "quote Damn, my entire life, one damn. Take two. Damn, in my entire life, one day has never felt so long."
Yeah, probably. It's like what? The watch pot never boils. If you're
Mhm.
anticipating the day being over, it'll never show up. So yeah, I get that. But yeah, mine felt like Tien is trying to unalive himself by
Oh
fighting
God.
regardless. 'Cause, like, I mean, it's Piccolo's words that just kind of stop him. Um, and then I did like this kind of Baby Trunks little moment where he cries after Bulma is shocked by Piccolo's statement. I was like, oh, they did that to mimic Tien and Piccolo's helplessness in this current moment.
Ooh.
They're like children. All they can do is cry out because they can't do anything to stop Cell in his current form.
Well, A+ on that book report, Mr. White. You great example of symbolism in modern media.
I'll take a B+, please, social studies teacher. Because I just graduated 8th grade.
We're in the chamber. Speaking of getting learned, Goku and Gohan are in the chamber. They're about to start their training. We learn a few things about the chamber. We learn that it is completely cut off from the outside world. You can't even sense anyone else's ki.
Hmm.
And Goku gives a tour. He's like, "This is where the training happens. Beds, a bath, and here's a year's worth of food." And just, I'm assuming Korin type jars.
Yeah. Those are Korin type jars.
Just
So they could contain giant centipedes.
you can spy on your friends, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gohan gives a little ribbing to his dad. He says, "So even my big eating father will be all right."
Big eating father.
Big
Ooh.
eating father.
That feels way more negative than it is. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't call you big eating Aaron. My big eating Aaron. That's gross.
Who's my big eating Aaron?
It hits my ears like moist.
Big eating. Eating big is preferable.
Like, is Joey Chestnut a big eating man? Right?
I mean, I think that's a top 40 song waiting to happen.
Joey Chestnut on the beat.
I
eat hot dog. Oh shit! Hit him with the glizzies. Yeah, what am I doing? It's 2024. We don't eat hot dogs no more.
No. When are they going to officially change it to the glizzy eating contest?
Nathan's all beef glizzies.
Maybe because I think that originated in Philly, so maybe they won't as like a rivalry.
I did not know glizzy started in Philly.
I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong.
It does feel like Philly slang though. Philly slang sucks.
Everything's a John. Everything's a glizzy.
Yeah, the one thing that's not a John is a glizzy. Come off it. Come off it, mate.
We also learn that the time chamber, the white void they train in, it is as big as the Earth. And then, and as he's showing before that, Goku's just like, "Well, I'm going to show you why it can only last a month in here." And that's sort of the largeness of the void. So I'm trying. Goku did train in here in original Dragon Ball. I'm not mistaken on that.
No. You are correct.
I forget what kept him from staying too long. Is it just like his body couldn't do it? I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever talked about it in the moment that he actually did the training, but he had to have done I'm assuming that the training happened while he was preparing for Piccolo Jr. fight, right? Because that's the most time he's ever spent on the lookout. Apart from, like, did he spend the time there to fight original King Piccolo?
No.
Because he went into the room of spirit and time, right? To get training, to learn the, maybe
no, he had to get the super sacred water.
Super sacred water. There we go. Thank you.
That was in a pit.
So it was the Piccolo Jr. prep.
Yeah. You know what?
I think you're right.
Do we need research on this? I think we figured it out.
I think we figured it out, but I would love a clarification timeline, even just a reference for the next episode, if anybody's got the time. But yeah, in mine, the context of the time chamber has changed just a bit. Goku was like, it's infinite, Gohan. Like this, like looking out, it goes on forever. That's why I couldn't last more than a month here. Because of the infinite space. The fact that it's contextualized to yours as like the Earth is a little bit harder for me to believe that Goku couldn't stand it in there.
I had an existential crisis, Gohan.
Ooh, Gohan. I had to leave because I could hear my own thoughts for the first time. And they weren't all about fighting and getting stronger.
I worried about how I appeared to others.
I wasn't sure if the voice in my head was my own voice, Gohan.
I started seeing things. Your grandpa. And he was telling me I'm bad.
Oh, Gohan, if you see a great ape in here, run!
A little green guy named Yoda told me to go in a cave. And I hated it. Too symbolic.
And Gohan, I don't want you to learn the gentle fist that is taught by Ip Man.
No. Wing Chun, Wushu?
No Wing Chun for my Saiyan son.
Get that shirt and seed.
And seed and cheat. And sheen.
No Wing Chun for my Saiyan son. If I ever have a son and he takes, let's say, I'll be disappointed, but he's allowed to take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if he wants. Whatever martial arts he wants to take, that's not Wing Chun. That's the shirt he's gonna get.
He'll get a Krav Maga shirt before he gets a Wing Chun shirt. Don't sleep on that gentle fist.
It's interesting you bring that up because the thought's been floating around, and I know I need to do some kind of exercise. I feel like it should be like an activity, and maybe I'll do it more instead of just run in place for a while. I don't think I.
Are you saying that's boring?
Yeah, I'm saying even with anime blasted on my phone,
it's tough.
So I'm like, I could learn Wing Chun. There's some classes.
Look, the Donnie Yen's influence is growing, baby.
I don't want to fight people. I just feel like it looks fucking cool. All right. I want to do a thing that looks cool.
I can't wait till you get into Wing Chun and then I show up at your apartment and you've got the wooden like practice dummy. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. You're making all kinds of noises at night.
Like I'm trying to sleep.
Aaron's over here getting better every day. Every single day.
All right, mark it down. All right, audience.
Oh shit.
If 3 singular people comment, Aaron, you should take Wing Chun. I will, and then we'll have a tournament at the end of the year where I fight all 3 of you.
Oh my God. Do it, audience. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
And of
this
course,
is so exciting.
Vince is the announcer, not the ref, because that'd be too one-sided.
Yeah, I'm too biased.
He's just giving me points left and right.
There aren't points.
It's
a
by
ring out
knockout
system. It's ring out or knockout.
Ooh, I'd love a ring out tournament. More ring out tournaments, please.
Yeah. Like, have you, Jesus, sometimes Aaron, my feed thinks I like UFC because I've watched a few pay-per-views in my day.
Okay.
There is a new kind of UFC where there are no walls to the ring.
8 sides, 0 walls.
I think it's 4 sides, no walls, just ramps.
Ramps.
So it's just like if you fall into the thing, you're gonna fall, like slide to the ground. And unlike UFC where everybody's just doing mixed martial arts, I think it's like you could be a boxer, you could do karate, you could do Wing Chun. The clips are just look like dudes fighting. They all look like dudes fighting, but I was just like, do we need to reinvent the ring? And then I saw it and I was like, well, maybe we do.
Do you think it's safe, more or less safe than like sumo, where it's just an elevated platform and it hurts to fall?
I think because it's an American product, it is far less safe than sumo wrestling.
I feel like a ramp is like you're rolling to the audience. What's happening here?
The audience, it's like a pit, dude. It's like a 70s sunken living room. That's where the ring is. And then it's like
walls.
But they're angled so low. Yeah, like that.
Well, what degree we're talking here?
I gotta give you like a 35 to 45 degree angle. Like,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
For the visual. Yeah. So pretend my tippies are where the pit is.
Yep.
It's for the.
This is visual only.
Raising my upper hand.
Keep going.
How tall is that ramp?
Stop. It's an acute angle. I don't know if it's less or greater than 40. Wait, it's got to be less than 45.
Are my wrists actually where the pit would be?
Exactly.
That's a wall.
Okay.
I feel like not on you, but like I was thinking it was the other way. Like you were fighting on top of a ziggurat.
There we go. Yep. Now I see. I see.
Like Jet Li in the one.
Yep. Just fighting infinite Jet Lis on top of a Mayan pyramid.
Again, Stain playing in the background.
I like. Look, we've done it once before. I think these like 90s emo rock stingers are back. Like it's great. It's fun.
Get it? Yeah. I'm if it's a certain kind of movie, it's a great pump up at the end.
Yeah, I'll even take some rap rock, you know?
Ooh.
Give me some rap rock at the end of Cocaine Bear 2. That's what I'm looking for.
It's just one of those days.
Well, you can't wake up. Everything sucks.
And this clip
just like for these people on these islands.
Oh my God. So this is too much.
Yeah, Cell gets real impatient and is just destroying this archipelago. A bigger natural disaster has not happened in the oceans in Dragon Ball ever.
It's his blasts are so powerful, even though he's holding back, that one of the blast waves on another island is pushing a rock across the sand on the island that 18 is at. 18 sees some debris flying towards her. She almost goes to shoot it instinctively. 16 finally gets up and like grabs her. He's like, "No, you'll blow our cover. He'll know we're here."
Catherine, 18. Don't reveal yourself.
We have to get to Mars. Stay covered.
And just then, there's one island left. Cell hovering above it. Only one island left. This is it, 18. Come out now. And who shows up but Vegeta.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, baby.
But right before the end of the scene, Vegeta, his only demand is like, land now. So he says like 2 words that are just like, stop flying. Let's go.
Wow. So I didn't get that context. Cell just goes, oh, Vegeta, it's you. And then they land.
No, Vegeta demands.
Yeah. That's more appropriate. That's way more appropriate.
And now's an appropriate time to go to commercial.
Hey, Riley,
Yeah, Andrew.
do you want to make a podcast ad?
I do, but what would we mention?
So I think that we could probably put together an ad for a show called The Podcast Minds. There, but for the grace of pod, go we. You know, it's a podcast where we both pitch each other podcast ideas instead of doing one ourselves.
Yeah, it's a podcast pilot pitching project. Totally. It's we should mention that it's a comedy show, right? Where we throw out ideas like getting weirdly deep into the themes of Jumanji.
Is that one a podcast?
No. It's a podcast idea that is actually a front for me to talk to you about hyperfixations I got.
Oh, that's most of the things that you hit me with. What about instead if we just talked about all the different ways you could do a rewatch of Lost?
Now that sounds like you just did what I did, but you said it in a positive voice.
Okay, and along the way, what if we pitched ideas like, I don't know, epic rap battles of mystery, the Lin-Manuel Miranda podcast?
Listen to the Podcast Minds. There, but for the grace of pod, go we on your podcatcher of choice on the Moonshot Network. Hi ho!
Hi ho! Every Friday.
Vegeta, don't tell me you've come to make jokes, such as you have come to defeat me, have you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to bring my tight 5?
I thought you were serious about fighting me.
Well, how
But you
about
can't.
this? I find it hard to believe my cells are in your body. How could you have turned out so ugly? What a waste. But it's clear where you got most of your strength. Me.
I didn't know you were a master of crowd work.
Oh, I've changed a bit, Cell. I've been training with Lisa Lampanelli, roast comic extraordinaire.
Not Matt Rife.
More like Rife without jokes to tell.
Got him. Now I'm just doing and scene. I'm just doing a Mr. Ed at this point. Vegeta!
Mr. Ed, the strongest villain.
Too much head shake. I gotta tone it down. Some of my stuff were direct quotes. I'm assuming some of your stuff were direct quotes as well.
Yeah, that whole ugly bit, that is
good.
a direct quote. And it's clear where you got most of your strength. That is a direct quote.
Yeah, it's goddamn. It's good to have Vegeta back.
Yeah.
Just fuck you. I'm the best.
Yeah. I wish she just was flying around with middle fingers out because it's so appropriate. His ego has never been this big. And this conversation that happens between Vegeta and Cell is just their egos talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cell's like, oh, Vegeta, you can't think you're stronger than me. I'm the strongest in the universe. And Vegeta's just like, I'm strongest in the universe. Like that's the summation of this like 8-minute conversation.
Some 18 is in the background, kind of giving. She's the Krillin now, kind of saying what's going on, and she's just surprised, like, what's Vegeta doing? He sucks. I beat his ass so quick.
Yes, you layer on 18's ego. There's so many egos at work right now.
Trunks is reasonable. He just flies down. He's like, I'm just here to spectate. I'm here to cheer on my dad.
And 16 is there to just say, He's basically like, I think Vegeta might be able to do it. His power has grown considerably.
Vegeta kind of finishes up. Before he starts powering up, he goes, I'm going to erase that disagreeable little smile off your face.
Disagreeable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a use that on the subway. Like, homie, you being real disagreeable right now. You need to slide over a spot. That seat is empty. Slide over. Don't be disagreeable.
Wipe that little smile off your face.
Wipe that smile off your face. It's the 6 train, bitch.
There's no joy here.
You about to be 20 minutes late and you 30 minutes early.
This is the time chamber. It has no meaning. Surrounded by a void.
Surrounded by a dark void. Endless.
When Vegeta's at the end of the scene, we have Vegeta powering up into who knows what's next. And Trunks' commentary is like, oh, he's starting to turn into that already. Doesn't say what it is, but he calls it a that in quotation marks.
A that, ooh. So like, yeah, we're at a point now because Piccolo, my favorite thing is like he appears again, but with his cloak on now. So he gave himself his shoulder pads back. But I think, yeah, Piccolo also says it like thinking to himself, like, oh, Vegeta's transforming. Guess all there is to do now is watch and wait. Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we haven't heard transformation when it comes to our Saiyans in a while. So, oh, wait, here's the line. There it is in my notes.
Okay.
Piccolo says, all there is now is to wait and see what a pure-blooded Saiyan can really do.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Piccolo's like, I'm going to give you a little bit of gas, Vegeta. See how that works. Looks like you might have that dog in you.
There we go to the time chamber.
Yeah.
I just I'd be able to accomplish so much if Piccolo said, I've got that dog in me.
Do you need him to say it to you right now?
You got Chris Sabat on speed dial.
Yeah, let me see what I let's see what
Boop, 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 boop.
Hello, this is Christopher Sabat.
Oh, Chris. Oh, Mr. Sabat. First of all, huge fan.
Also, Sabat Salom.
Hey, that same thing to you too. Just one look. I know you're on Cameo, but I figured this would a more direct route. But could you, as Piccolo, tell me that I've got that dog in me?
Of course.
Just as a motivational sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So do one with my name, Aaron, 2 A's, and then maybe do one with like as a name neutral one that maybe anyone else listening to this could use if they need it.
Okay. 2 A's. All right.
Biblical. It's a biblical name. Continue.
Oh,
Sorry.
I knew that.
Okay.
Here we go. Aaron. You got this. You got a little dog in you. I know it. Now the neutral one.
Mm-hmm.
Blank person. You can do it. You've got a little dog in you. I sense it. How's that?
That was great. And then maybe just if you have time, like a woof woof. As a little tag at the end.
Oh, let me check my watch. Woof woof.
Oh, you hung up immediately.
And scene.
What's the point of being a voice actor if you're not a
If
clown?
I'm here. That's right. AI's out of a job and Chris Sabat's out of a job.
They didn't count on VW.
These acronyms.
Can we? There's an episode of South Park where Cartman pretends to be a robot and he's just in a cardboard box. I'm assuming that there is some situation right now for AI. It's like our AI can generate, a certain voice. It does one voice and it does it very quickly. But the key is that it sounds so much more like a human than other AI voices. And it's just you waiting by the phone.
A real old school phone.
Mm-hmm.
A rotary dial. I pick it up.
They want what?
They want Martin Van Buren.
Saying, come to our mattress sale.
All right, just tell him it's loading for like a minute.
That's a complex ask. It's going to take a minute.
See, the AI is generating. It's me, Martin Van Buren. Buy our mattresses on President's Day.
Now, for an extra fee, we can add the music to it.
Oh, Christ. I'm sweating.
You've got a little keyboard out.
just got a baby Casio.
You
The cow goes moo to the sale.
You have to mispronounce like a few words here and there, not to blow your cover.
Mattresses.
You got to rerun it. Damn it.
Down at the hut of mattresses. Sale. President's Day.
Close enough.
Martin Van Buren.
Goku and Gohan. Speaking of mispronunciations, Goku and Gohan were there. They're in the chamber. They're about to start training. We learn a few more facts and tidbits about the chamber. He warns Gohan not to wander off too far because he can get lost and then just die because he can't find his way back.
So
he
brutal.
literally says that.
He softened the blow of that one. He's like, you could get lost forever, Gohan.
It's like, no, you'll die. The temperatures vary from 50 degrees C to negative 40 degrees C.
Oh my God. That's approaching 0 Kelvin.
That's 50 C. I'm like, okay, that's because I believe a very hot day is like 30.
Yeah. 50 is like 200 degrees.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
100. I think 100. I think, if I'm not mistaken, boiling point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
True.
And boiling is 100 C.
Don't forget, it's not a straight conversion. It's like 32 plus something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's an incredibly hot temperature, and then it gets incredibly cold. Negative 40. That's insane.
That is, look, maybe a company I work for sells things that can put your thing at negative 40 and below. We found out that the air is 1/4 that of Earth. So I'm guessing it's thin, not a lot of oxygen.
That's a big difference. Because in mine, the Goku says the air is dense. That's it.
Dense.
Mm-hmm.
It's humid, Gohan. A fan's not going to work.
Careful, Gohan. You're entering 85% humidity.
You're going to have to change underwear a lot.
This is the kind of air that fish can breathe, Gohan.
And then it's 10 times gravity, which is, for Goku, is nothing, but for Gohan, once he steps off the platform and enters the void, he drops to his knees. Because it's like, oh yeah, he's never done gravity training.
Yep.
And then we get into some more sentimental conversation between the two. Goku lays out his plan. He's like, step 1, make you a Super Saiyan. Step 2, train for real. The overall plan is like, Gohan, like, I want you to surpass me. And the line I wrote down that I really loved was, "You're my son. Have faith in yourself."
It's great.
It's like, that's nice. This is
Yeah.
parenting Goku understands.
Goku is just as encouraging to Gohan in mind. He's like, I believe you can do it, Gohan. You're my son. You can surpass me. But then he also says, like, at the end of this sequence, when they're like about to get down to training, Goku says, I'm not as nice as Mr. Piccolo, Gohan. I'm not going to go easy on you. Like something like that. I'm like, I don't know if you saw what Piccolo was doing to this boy at the age of 4.
He in mind, he straight up said, like, this is going to be harder than when you train with Piccolo. So
Dang.
get ready.
Gohan's about to go through it.
I'm like, whoa. Who knows what's in store for young Gohan? I'm not a parent, but I do think that I think you got to have that in your mindset as a parent. I think you have to be like, I want my children to surpass me.
Yep.
Because otherwise it's the opposite, and that's not great.
Yeah. You want to instill your child with the belief that they can and will achieve more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good parenting tip from KHP. I know we don't get into this, but instill your children with this kind of support. Like they're gonna do stuff. Trust me.
They're gonna do stuff. You can be. Is Goku a good parent now?
Aaron, you're
has
careful.
he been one?
Careful.
This entire time?
Careful. You're opening a can of worms. The internet loves to clown on Goku's parenting ability. But in this moment, he's doing a great job, I think. I think this kind of encouragement, I don't know if when we get down to the training, we're just going to see a bunch of montages of Gohan getting punched in the face by his dad. But like at least this moment feels pretty good. Pretty good. From a Goku the parent perspective.
Goku the Parent's new album just dropped.
I just woke up. Training really sucks. Just kidding, I love it.
Time to eat a bunch.
And now I can justify ripping Frieza's head off.
Vegeta, end of the episode. We have Vegeta is powering up still. Everyone's just freaking out. I think in mine, Piccolo gives one line with a little bit of jealousy, I feel like, where he's like, training in the time chamber is as magnificent as that. Just amazed by the progress that Vegeta has made.
Yep. In mine, it's very similar. Oh, his training really worked. That kind of thing. Simplified it for the American audience.
Magnificent? They don't know if that means.
It's too many syllables.
But that's Vegeta finishes powering up. And then he just punches Cell in the gut immediately.
I wrote in my notes, Vegeta gives us the most devious smirk before launching his attack.
Oh, he knows.
He knows. Yeah. I mean, this transformation, I'm putting it in quotes. This transformation, since it doesn't have a name yet, it shows Vegeta slightly bulking up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself while watching that, I was like, oh, the tension on those tendons in the knees. Like, that's crazy. If I added like 2 pounds of muscle in my thighs in 30 seconds, my knees would explode.
Your bones crack.
Exactly. But it's good to see Vegeta back in action, full ego on display, giving Cell the business. I hope
Hopefully.
that's what we see. And I wonder what Trunks is going to do now.
I'm just going to be proud of my dad.
I'm an inch taller and that much more prouder of my dad.
He did my braid.
Trunks, I told you, don't tell anyone what we did in there.
Oh, sorry. I won't tell them about our super fun sleepovers.
Oh, Trunks.
And you let me watch Friday the 13th.
You're old enough.
No, it's still scary.
Oh, God. You survived an android apocalypse and you're still scared of scary movies?
The androids don't pop up out of nowhere. I can sense them coming.
Ugh. Cell, plug your ears.
Okay.
Jeez, he did it.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Oh no, gut punch.
Got him.
And we've got to get going. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the podcast. I don't want to forget. Let me rewind. Because we do have some KHP research from Master Researcher Nick, who writes, in this shocking and upsettingly self-referential edition of KHP Research, I did message you guys about Saiyan hair growth in the time chamber all the way back in KHP episode 188. And I think there's a little clip of it, which I'm going to play.
Thank you.
Right now, starting. About Saiyan hair not growing comes from this panel, and there's a manga panel where it's Vegeta saying, "Pure-blooded Saiyans have thankfully been spared the grotesquerie of hair growth." Which, let's be honest, is just there to explain why Trunks' hair grew in the hyperbolic time chamber and Vegeta's did not.
Ah, I guess that would also explain why Gohan's hair grew and Goku's didn't.
Saiyans have a preset hairdo, which means it'll grow back if you cut it, but you don't get alternate hairstyles. So why bother?
I see. Oh, man, that's rough. I mean,
Yeah,
the life of a Saiyan is already hard, and then the fact that you can't get a haircut.
So you're born, I mean, you weren't born with your hair. All right, we're not just going to listen to our own podcast because I could.
Because what is this, the Doughboys?
But just, again, a reminder that Nick did let us know about the hair going before.
Yeah. A reminder that Nick is good at his job and we are not.
They continue. Just remember, listeners, the you of yesterday is dead forever, and the you of today will be dead by tomorrow. Keep fighting, Master Researcher Nick. That was very zen, I feel.
Yeah.
P.S. That email is where I also got the canon image of Bulma dabbing. I forgot to load it in to StreamYard, so I'm just going to hold the old phone up to my camera.
Oh, there it is.
I forgot.
That is a dab.
That's a dab.
That's a gentle dab.
I'm sure we made a reference to her flipping a water bottle when we saw that.
Doing the backpack kid dance. He's a brand now, Aaron. I looked him up.
Oh, great.
It's
Good.
terrible. It's awful.
I'm glad that child is dealing with this.
Oh, poor young adult.
But we've got to deal with some calls to action. Again, thank you for listening. If you want to reach out to us, maybe you have a 1-minute roundup that you've done yourself. Maybe you have some KHP research. Maybe you just want to say hi. You can write to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. You can find us on most socials. Go to TikTok to watch some clips. Go to Instagram to also watch clips and to know what's going on in the world of KHP. You can find us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/KameHouseParty, where every Wednesday we are streaming a variety of games and having a variety of fun. We are part of the Moonshot Network. Go to moonshotpods.com to listen to other podcasts that are wonderful. The Podcast Minds, the After School Anime Club. Get up on it. If you like us, you'll like them. Real simple thing. Just go to kamehouseparty.com and you'll see all our links. But now I'm going to hand my time over to Vince because he has some other special announcements and dates you need to be aware of.
Oh, yeah. So you may know that I co-host and co-produce Shonen Chumps, the premier anime comedy variety show in New York City, and it streams everywhere. We've got another one coming up February 16th, so you can feel the anime love that Friday. February 16th, 7 p.m. And stay tuned for announcements for a special pre-show the night before. It's going to be a good one. And I've got a sneaky little surprise waiting for all of you. Oh, it's going to be a good one. You can get streaming tickets right now at caveat.nyc. Search Shonen Chumps. Go to These Shonen Chumps on all social media. And look, stay tuned. There's going to be announcements coming up all the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, it's really, really exciting. And I hope you all tune in.
Yeah, I will remember to put the link in the show notes this episode. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Thank you all again for listening. I said it 3 times. So the rule of 3s, we can finally end this episode.
And here we go. Whether you are going ego for ego, or you're moving your hands in the Wing Chun style, you know? You gotta keep fighting. God. Saiyans never grow their hair.